What's up? Casey here again. This week I'm going to show you how to install a Brookville deck lid on a 1928 Model A Roadster. Check it out. So perhaps the deck lid on your Model A has just seen better days. Or perhaps you're like me and you didn't really have a deck lid or any of the hardware associated with it to speak of. This is a deck lid from Brookville. It's actually a rumble seat lid. And here we have all of the rumble seat hardware. This is how you get the rumble lid from Brookville. Despite what you might see on the internet, it does not come primed. But they do a really nice job putting it together. So where to start? That really is the question. You know, when you're working with these aftermarket panels, or even restoring a stock body with all the original stuff, there's just no instruction manual. So I think what I've got to do is I've got to get the rumble hinge brackets mounted, and I've got to get the latch handle mounted up as well. As you can see, there's a hole for the latch mechanism itself, and there's a hole on the other side for the handle, but none of the mounting holes for the mechanism or the handle where it comes through. It'll come through right about here. None of that is drilled. So I'm going to have to kind of start mocking things up and go from there. The D-nuts are installed for the hinges themselves, so that part's nice. Anyway, let's start setting up the latch and the hinges. We'll go from there. Alright, so I didn't want to bore you with the details of installing the hinges as they simply screw in, but do note the proper orientation of the hinges. And I did need to clearance one of the holes a little bit. It just didn't quite line up. As with anything, when you're installing a part that has multiple holes, you know, put everything in loose before you tighten everything up. So now we'll do the handle, and I think I'll show you guys the process for that part. Alright, so as you can see, I've centered up the latch mechanism as good as I can in the opening. So now I need to mark and drill my hole through the back side of the deck lid. Looking through the front, you can see the latch mechanism, but there are also two holes that are covered up by the sheet metal right now. So I'm going to have to measure the distance between those and then pop them out on the deck skin itself and drill a couple of holes so that I can get those screws in. So let's mark and drill. Alright, so now that we've got our holes all flush, you can go ahead and mark where the handle's going to pass through the inner deck lid, and then pull it back apart and drill it out. as you can see, the latch or the catch is just a little bit tight to the skin. Get that back out of there, get the file out, file it just a little bit, and try it again. All right, so now that the handle and the latch mechanism are all in the right place, I've got my little rubber washer in there. This will compress a little bit. Got my tab washer and my acorn nut, and my acorn nut is threaded all the way down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure that distance, and that's how much I'm going to cut off the rod. This is a universal handle, that's why this will work for both the trunk lid and the rumble lid. So they just give it to you long and you got to cut it down. You also got to rethread the rod, and you got to sand the flats a little more flat because they just don't do a very good job. Probably made in Taiwan. Anyway, that's all I know. Hang tight. All right, so as is the norm with this project, one step forward, and 2 steps back. As you can see, the bracket doesn't line up with the brace. The hinge doesn't line up with the bracket. The hinge isn't in the same plane, or it's not parallel to the bracket. So I'm thinking the easiest path forward is going to be to build that bracket from scratch. But man, what a terrible fit. And I don't believe my rumble hinge braces and my triangle braces are in the wrong place. I believe they are correct. So this is what happens when you use aftermarket parts. Everything's a 1/4 inch off and it all adds up in the wrong direction, and then you're 3 inches off by the time you're said and done. So this is going to be interesting. All right, so after the hinge alignment disaster, I went to the hardware store to see if I could get inspired with a possible solution. And I went there looking for bronze bushings, but I actually found these cool little radial bearings. They were only $4 a piece. They measure exactly 1/2 inch thick, which my misalignment is exactly 1 inch. Well, it's a little more than 1 inch, it's about 1 1/4 inches. But that should take up the misalignment and give me just enough room for a shim. So if I can make these work, I'll actually have a bearing in there. I'll have the world's smoothest deck lid. So check this out. I also went and I cut my my hinge brackets down. Took the little arm off. As you can see, you know, and this arm already has the weld removed and both the bracket and the armor ground down. So I was 1 inch off there too. What I'm gonna be able to do is come through here, make my hole, mark this, cut it, and re-weld it. But for now, I've just got both of the brackets bolted in place. I'm gonna set the lid back in place and show you what I'm thinking. Oh, and before I set the lid back in place, glancing up here, got my rubber stops for the rumble lid installed. I also have my little alignment plates bolted in. And we've got the catch for the latch installed. So this is gonna help me align the deck lid before I locate my hinges. So hang on. All right. So after a lot of fighting and a little bit of swearing, I've got the deck lid shimmed in place pretty close, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's not perfect. you can see, I start out wide here. I get fairly narrow and then I get wide again up near the top. The reason I've got a shim in the top is because the whole thing kind of seems to want to go over to the driver's side, which opens up a larger gap on the passenger side. So I'm just trying to push the deck lid evenly to the other side. I've also got a little bit of gap at the bottom, but I think once I get the hinges mounted, I can actually flatten that out just a little bit with a little bit of pressure. Plus, I think when it's not silver and neon green, it won't show up quite as much. Then my gap at the top is wide, but it's pretty close to uniform. So, the moral of the story here is not to use aftermarket parts from different vendors. So, in a previous video, I said that I got panels from both Brookville and Brattons. And I said that the Brattons were junk. But Brattons doesn't make any panels. Brattons offers 2 levels of panels. They do Brookville and they do Howells. He sells both. Don't be afraid to shop from him. He's a good dude. But just know that when you're buying panels, if they don't offer you a choice, they may very well default you to the Howell sheet metal, and those don't fit quite as well as the Brookville. So make sure you ask for the premium product. Be prepared to pay a premium price. There are other vendors that sell Brookville as well, but nothing wrong with Brattons as a business. Anyway, what I was going to say is when you use panels from various manufacturers, for example, these quarters are Brookville and the deck lid is Brookville. The panel below deck lid is a Howells piece from Brattons. When you combine different manufacturers, things don't fit. You know, everybody, there's a specification when you're building cars, and you know, maybe one supplier goes to the very finite end of the specification and the other supplier goes to the larger end of the spec. And when you try to put 2 panels together made to different specs, yeah, sometimes they can be pretty far off. Anyway, that said, I'm pretty happy with the fit. So now back to the inside.
The gap. So here we have the little bearings I got at the hardware store. And if you'll note, with those in place, the gap is much smaller. Moving it over to the other side here, the gap is smaller still. So the plan is to notch out this bracket. I'm gonna come down from like the corner here. I'm gonna come out to the middle of the bracket, go down across the face, follow the hole, notch it all the way out. That way the bolt can go all the way through. And then I'm gonna make a piece that's gonna come out and meet this bearing, and it's gonna attach to the back side of the bracket. It's gonna have a little 45-degree bend in it. It's gonna come all the way forward. Then once I get that made, bolt the brackets back in place, take my new piece, set the deck lid back in place, shim everything up, come underneath here, and position my new piece of metal exactly where it needs to be, tack it to the bracket, pull everything back apart again, and then weld that bracket up. I'm gonna box everything in so it's nice and strong and it doesn't move, and I'll have a bearing. Probably won't be pretty, but nobody's gonna really see it, so that should be fine. Anyway, stay tuned.
All right, so I was just about ready to start cutting up these deck lid hinge brackets, and I got a PM on the Ford barn from Brentwood Bob, who's also on YouTube. Check him out. Anyway, Bob's got a couple sets of OEM Ford deck lid hinges, and after measuring my hinges and him measuring his hinges, what I read on the internet is confirmed. It's kind of a crazy deal. So the aftermarket hinges are all cast from an original Ford hinge, but when you cast iron, it shrinks. Ford would have cast their hinges with a master that was larger and would not have fit to allow for shrinkage, so that the finished product, once it shrank, would be the right size. when you cast a hinge from a Ford hinge, it ends up smaller in every dimension, which is part of the problem. I have read on the internet that the OEM hinges will not fit on aftermarket panels, so this might be a fool's errand, and I'm gonna probably give Bob some money for this thing, and who knows if it'll even work. But I figure before I start cutting things up, I might as well try it and see. Could be interesting, but you're gonna have to wait till next week to find out. Anyway, thank you for watching this week. I honestly did not intend for this to be a two-parter, but it's gonna have to be. I'm already well over 15 minutes of video, and I like to keep the episodes short, around 15 minutes, just to keep people engaged. Anyway, thank you for watching this week. Please hit that like button if you like what you saw, comment to let me know what you want to see more of, and subscribe to let me know that, you know, I'm not just talking to myself here. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Stay tuned next week. I should have an update and finish the installation of a Brookville deck lid on a 1928 Model A Roadster. Thanks for watching.